Hello my friends, it's a pleasure to have you guys back for another video. My name is Lady Morales. Today we're going to be talking about how to rewire and reprogram your limiting beliefs to finally let go of all the fears and all the social conditioning and the previous conditioning that no longer serves you, so you can finally move forward with going towards your best life and living your best life. And this is something that I love to talk about on my channel. I love talking about law of attraction, manifesting, all that awesome great stuff. So you're definitely in the right place. So the first step to letting go of the limiting beliefs and changing your beliefs is, of course, to be aware of the clutter and the thoughts that no longer serve you, because subconsciously we've been telling ourselves these stories over and over and over, and of course they've been self-fulfilling or they've been kind of self-prophesizing themselves. You guys know what I'm trying to say. We keep reinforcing these beliefs because, of course, what we attract, what we focus on, and what we believe is true for ourselves. So we have to be aware of the thoughts that no longer serve us. So literally write down all of the thoughts that come to mind of what it is that is stopping you from achieving XYZ goal. Of course, I'm most familiar with eating disorder and social conditioning around weight and my weight and things, and really it's been the main struggle is, you know, I've always thought that weight was the reason why I don't have XYZ. So what you do is you again write down all of the limiting beliefs. So in my example, I would write, I can't be a singer because I have to look a certain way and I have to lose weight. Or I can't be an actress because I have to look a certain way to be an actress. I am too broken, I'm too disordered, I've never been an intuitive eater, so I can't be an intuitive eater. That was the main concern for me. So what I did is write down the limiting belief and then write down all of the reasons why it's not true. So that's the second step. Write down all of the reasons why it's not true. So anything from, there were women who were more disordered than me that recovered. My body was not born to be a binge eater. My body was born an intuitive eater. Let me see, what else? Gosh, I'm going blank. If other women can recover, I can recover. There are women revolutionizing the game of body positivity and health at every size, like that, you know, it's not an excuse, and weight has nothing to do with my problems in life, but things like that. So just keep writing down everything of why, literally everything, all the reasons why it's not true that comes to mind. So once you are aware of that and you're aware of the new story and you see the belief for what it is, then you're going to write down your ideal vision of what your life would look like without this limiting belief and without this fear. And literally let your wildest fantasies go out and don't limit yourself. So I know for me, and I'll just give you an example from my life. Like for me, I imagine myself being a full-time actress. I imagine myself helping other women recover and find confidence in themselves to go for their dreams and goals. I know for me, it looked like starting dance class, getting back into voice lessons, and starting to sing and writing, just in general, writing and books and living in Atlanta and living in the city and all that great stuff and being in a healthy relationship. So literally write down what that ideal vision looks like for you. And then once you see it and you get excited and you read your ideal vision and you see the true self, who you truly are, then you're going to write down action steps that you can start doing and incorporating each week. And I like to start small, especially when we're dealing with something that we've conditioned ourselves to think for so long. So literally 2 to 3 action steps a week is enough. And you know, you gradually add on because you don't want to overwhelm yourself either. So like, for example, my new belief was you know, since I'm dropping the old belief of I have to lose weight to live my best life or whatever, you can look at the ideal vision, see what it is, and think, okay, well, what are things I can do to get me towards that ideal vision? But the important thing here is to identify action steps that are going to get you in direction of that ideal vision. So let's say, going back to my fear, I mean, I was still holding on to weight, my weight scale, and holding on to my skinny clothes. So those things are just keep focusing on the problem where I'm not, or yeah, they just keep focusing on the problem. So I threw out my I threw out my weight scale, I threw out my skinny clothes. I focused on living life in the present and the now, and living my best life now as much as possible. So I scheduled a phone call, or scheduled a date with a friend to go to see a movie or to go have brunch or something. I did things that were were action steps in the direction of my ideal self. And so then, of course, as you do more actions that are in alignment with that ideal self, you know the saying, don't feed the beast and it will die, or don't feed the beast and it will slowly die, or you guys get what I'm saying? Like, that's what's going on. You're building this momentum. But of course, what happens with rewiring yourself into something new, out of your comfort zone, something that is you're not used to, is of course the negative beliefs, old thoughts, resistance, negative emotions come up. And I'm going to be the first to say, because I see this step, or I see this part totally overlooked especially in the law of attraction community, in the self-help community, is that negative emotions and beliefs are absolutely 100% normal, and it's part of the process. And the more you try to change those negative beliefs and thoughts that come up while you're trying to rewire in the new person, it's only going to backfire. You can run from your negative emotions, but you can't hide from them forever. And the only way to let go of the thoughts and the emotions and the clutter that no longer serves you is you have to allow it to be there and be fully present with it for it to filter out. Because the more you give it that space, you give this old self that space of letting it say what it needs to say, and having these negative emotions and thoughts just happen, and you observe it from a neutral perspective without trying to change it, the more that they actually go away. It's crazy how this is often overlooked in the community. It's just because I've tried to run away of my negative emotions for so long, and you know, especially in the law of attraction community, not everybody, but the majority of them, new age teachings is what they call them, say, like, you know, your reality is a reflection of your thoughts. So if you're thinking bad thoughts, it's your fault. Well, yes and no. But at the same time, you also have to, you being aware that this is the old self as you're still taking action towards the new self is already more than enough, and that is how you're letting go of the old self. Opt a meditation routine. I know when I heard the word meditation and people would preach about meditation, I would literally roll my eyes and just keep it moving. Like, I'm like, yeah, they're crazy, because I had like this stereotypical image of what meditation looked like. But really, once you learn how to meditate, or at least learn how to practice observing your thoughts without trying to change them, you will begin to see some amazing shifts happen in your life. And the more that you meditate and the more that you practice awareness with the old self, with these thoughts, and let them go, the better results you're going to have. And that's something that not all the visualization in the world can do. It's definitely not something that all of these, you know, quick fix self-help and law of attraction feel good for a weekend seminar stuff is teaching you. You have to stick it out for the long run with practice and meditation and awareness. This isn't the answer that everybody wants to hear, and not the sexy, beautiful, like one weekend seminar answer that everybody wants to hear, but it's true. You can't change your thoughts. You don't have any control, in a sense, of your negative thoughts and emotions and resistance, especially when you're trying to adopt the new. And that's how I want you to look at it, is to let it filter out. Let it, release it into the universe. And you do that by letting this stuff, this baggage that's been deep down inside you, you're allowing it to just keep like rising. You're allowing it to rise up so you can release it. I've went on way too long on a rant for this, so I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you guys want more videos like this, more video about manifesting and or finding body confidence, regardless of what size, or diet recovery, or whatever, what do you guys want to hear? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on the next one.